Hey, what's going on? So I heard Ace Frehley died. So I thought I'd tell my Ace Frehley story, right? So back in 2003, I won a guitar competition called Guitar Idol. So I'm the guitar idol of Chicago or whatever. It's like American Idol. I beat out a bunch of guitar players and won a $10,000 trip to New York to go jam at Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, which was hosted by David Fishoff. I think it was the second or third Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp. There were all kinds of great rock stars I was able to jam with and learn with. I won't name them all, but the two main ones were Roger Daltrey of The Who and Ace Frehley of Kiss, right? So everybody paid like $10,000 to go hang out with or jam with Ace and to jam with Roger Daltrey. And so I was super psyched. I was able to play with Roger Daltrey and all these really great rock stars, right? So I won't tell the whole story about the camp and everything, but the story about Ace Frehley is what I wanted to say, since he just passed away and was such a legend of the guitar, right? So we were sitting there, and the day Ace Frehley was supposed to come in to talk at the lunch and the jam and everything, we get an announcement, right? And the announcement is Ace Frehley fell down the stairs and is not able to attend Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp. So can you imagine this, spending $10,000 on Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, and then Ace doesn't show up, right? Just brutal, brutal. So the announcement said, but instead of Ace Frehley, we have the police coming in. And I'm like, oh my God, the police. That's badass. Because, I was like a little kid, and we'd listen to the Police all the time, and I love the Police, Sting, Andy Summers, Stuart Copeland. So I was psyched. Even though I was prepared, I learned a bunch of Kiss songs, was hoping I could jam with Ace and everything. But he fell down the stairs and wasn't able to make it. So we're sitting there and like, okay, well, the police are coming in. And I'm expecting to see Sting and everybody, because I think they were doing a reunion tour around that time. And I'm like, well, they better make it up to people if they're spending $10,000 to hang out with Ace, and Ace isn't here. But I was like, okay, police, that's awesome. So they're like, here they come. And then what happens? In walks the New York Police Department. It wasn't the police, it was the police. So they were just hitting a drum. They were playing drums and stuff. This isn't that long after the 9/11 attacks or something like that. I don't know. But apparently the New York cops have like some band where they all play drums. And so instead of Ace Frehley showing up for the lunch to jam and tell stories, it ended up being the New York Police Department. And I'm sitting there with weed in my pocket. I'm like, oh God, this sucks. You know what I mean? Which is funny because it's kind of like that story Ozzy Osbourne used to tell, where they're like in the bus and they're all doing cocaine, and then someone's like, oh, the police are coming. And so they flushed all the cocaine into the toilet, freaking out, doing it real fast and throwing it into the toilet. And then instead of the cops coming in, it ended up being the actual police, the band. That's funny, But real sad news to hear that Ace Frehley's dead. If you don't like him, he inspired all of the great rock guitar players. Well, most of the great rock guitar players that you probably like. And so I just want to say rest in peace to Ace Frehley. So many great riffs, and like his solo in Shock Me, Deuce, all these great riffs, and his unaccompanied solo, and just the whole coolness of Ace. And so I just want to give my condolences to all the Kiss fans and to Ace's family.